And so we arrived here, Calpe, Spain, a place we didn't plan for, but maybe one that was waiting for us. It was Easter Sunday, and while Calpe is known for its beaches, its skyline, its harbour, and yes, even flamingos in the Salinos de Calpe, today isn't about any of that. Today, we're going somewhere older, somewhere quieter, somewhere that still remembers. The old town is slowly waking up, not just in sound, but in spirit, and I am going to follow it. Some streets don't just carry history, they whisper romance. And in the centre, a teacher, a shepherd, not of sheep, but of stories, of values passed down, hand to hand. Every street here feels like a canvas. The ships on the walls, the hand-painted tiles, the bursts of colour. It's not just architecture, it's expression. Behind every wooden door is a story, a life lived slowly, with coffee, with laughter, with meaning. This mural, it feels like a tribute to joy, to strength, to something fiercely local and proud. And then, you hear them. The bells begin to ring. The sound of memory returns. Down narrow alleys, carried by trumpets and drums, come the echoes of centuries. Banners raised high, symbols of Christ's sacrifice, carried with pride by the people of this town. Behind them, the little ones, dressed in tradition, holding baskets, walking the same steps their ancestors walked before them. Innocence, woven into heritage. And at the heart of it all, the rhythm. A gaze player and drummer keep the beat alive. Their music is not just heard, it's felt. Then comes silence, led by an angel in white. 5 women in black walk with lilies in hand. The town's dignitaries, in uniform and suit, saluted with respect by those who watch. Followed by Mary, lifted gently onto the shoulders of young men. The bell tolls, the drums return, and history moves forward, step by step, once again. As I walk down these steps, I feel something shift, not just in the street, but in me. The procession, the faces, the rhythm of this town, it's not about performance, it's about connection to each other, to the past, to something greater. And now it's time to keep walking, to follow the road, not far, just forward. And then, there it is, the Peñón de Ifac, rising from the sea like something out of a dream. They say a giant once lived in these mountains, and when a serpent came crawling from the sea, he tore this rock from the earth and hurled it to protect the land. That rock became the Ifac, but it didn't just stand there. 3,000 years ago, people lived inside it. It was once a fortress, a home, a sentinel watching over everything below. And just below the cliffs, the marina. While just to the right, the coral bay comes to life. Children learning to canoe, to sail, to trust the water. And while the waves move fast, here, the day begins slow, with kindness, with care. The staff set the stage, not just for a meal, but for a memory. So came the feast. Tapas with a twist. As if the day hadn't offered enough, music filled the air, the moonshine duo, effortless, alive, casting a spell over the terrace. Even Pluto paused, because sometimes life gives you a moment you weren't expecting, but needed all along.
Nothing cleaner happened when I was just 7. Even then the folks in town said with prejudice eyes, that boy's not right. 3 years ago and I came to know Mary. First time that someone looked between the rumors and the lies and saw the man inside. We used to walk down by the river. She loved to watch the sun go down. We used to walk along the river and dream my way out of this town. No one understood what I felt for Mary. No one cared until that night she went walking alone and never came home. Man with the blacks came knocking next morning. It was I surrounded by 1,000 fingers suddenly pointing right at me. I swear I left her by the river. I swear I left her safe and sound. I need to make it to the river and leave this old Nebraska town. Think about my life gone by, how it's done me wrong. There's no escape for me this time. All of my rescues are gone, long gone. I swear I left her by the river. I swear I left her safe and sound. I need to make it to the river and leave this old Nebraska town. I swear I left her by the river. I swear I left her safe and sound. I need to make it to the river and leave this old Nebraska town.
But this was only the beginning. From vineyards to flamenco, spice markets to mountaintops, the road ahead is full of colour, flavour, and stories waiting to be told. So if you felt the journey, hit subscribe and come wander with us into the uncharted.